Alright, here we go. Volume 7. Hope you got your bingo papers. I printed mine out. So I hope you did the same. Let's get started. Okay, so we pick up right where we left off at Volume 6, and Weiss mentions that the Elysian Air Fleet is being aggressive, like more aggressive than usual. So it's hard to tell, because it was the same thing with at the end of Volume 6. They're all like, oh my gosh, look at that, they're in the sky. And we're looking at the air fleet. And I didn't understand what all the to-do was about, because the only way we've seen the air fleet before, back in Volume 3, it looked the same. It was just a ton of airships in the sky. And it looked no different from what we're seeing here, or at the end of Volume 6. It didn't portray the aggressive nature of it very well. I don't know what they could have done to alleviate that. It feels like they kind of shot themselves in the foot during Volume 3. Because, yeah, there's so many already in the sky. I don't know how to make them look more aggressive, other than just even more planes. But, you know, having Weiss explain this isn't the normal helps. But yeah, that's what, it didn't land visually as, like, the stinger at the end of Volume 6, and it was just good to get some, like, clarification this time around. So, let's address it just now. I like Jason Liebrecht as Qrow.
James, what have you been doing?
I know everyone threw just giant tantrums about Vic leaving, and I know they're gonna throw giant tantrums about Jason, but I honestly really do like his Qrow. I like how it's not just the exact same thing as what Vic was doing, because honestly, I didn't like Vic's performance that much.
Well, trust me, I'm not crazy about it either.
There was so much gravel that he couldn't emote very well. That's why all of Qrow's lines sound like textbooks. It's just like, you gotta talk like this, and you gotta try to emote while dragging your throat out like that. It's not good for your voice, and it's not good for performances. And Jason is doing similar. It's a similar thing. It's low and kind of gravelly, but it's not so much. And I think he actually gives a lot better performances in this episode than what we've seen Vic do before.
Look, I'm not even sure we should be talking to Ironwood until we know exactly what's going on with Mantle. Meeting you was the worst luck of my life.
So yeah, I like Jason. I think it was a very good replacement. Weiss mentions landing in a stolen ship. They wouldn't take you back to Ironwood. Of course! That's why it was dumb to steal the airship in the first place. Can't spend this whole time talking shit about Jean's awful fucking plan about stealing an airship. But you know what, this should have been a thing you thought of at the time. Way better options. But you know what, hindsight 2020. So this lower area, I don't think it's the mines specifically, but it's definitely like, it feels like a poverty kind of section of Atlas. It's neat. I thought the entire lower section was just the mines. It's neat knowing that there's an actual town here. Getting really strong Jak 2 vibes from this. Like, have you played Jak? Do you get that? Like, you know, like that lower, grungy, but industrial high-tech theming. I like that game. That is a fun game. I love it. It's not a bad theme to have for this kind of city either. I like it a lot. I'm sure people are gonna ask, so I'll just mention it here. Like, what do you think of Winter coming back? I don't really care about Winter as a character. She was in one episode 4 years ago now, and you know, she's there. I'm sure she's gonna play a bigger role in this volume, but I have very little opinions on her. You know, she's not on my bingo board because I don't care about her. A bitch, you used that cane all last volume and you don't even need it? That's some bullshit right there. Tourists. So on my bingo board, I have Blake faces racism, and I suppose you could have this interaction count towards that, but I'm gonna not this time around. Mostly because it was so minor. He was just an asshole to everybody, not just Blake. A slight racist comment towards the end doesn't count enough for me, and she didn't even handle it. Weiss handled it for her. So that's on my bingo board. This is a promising start to getting that one off, but not gonna count it this time around. So I guessed before we saw Penny that this dude was the Geppetto equivalent, the one that we see in Volume 3 after she dies. Maybe it's just me, because I've watched that episode like a million times, but I recognized his hairstyle, And so I guess who he was, and then he mentioned, we see the robotics, and then he mentions a daughter, and it's pretty easy to piece it together. I don't think it's supposed to be like whoa, what a surprise twist. But, yeah, I called it. For once, I actually called something. And, also, his wheelchair is super cool. Wheelchair? Can it be called a wheelchair if it doesn't have wheels? Really cool. I like it a lot, because this way, you can also, go up mountains and stairs and stuff, because they're legs. It's cool. We should do that in real life.
You know us?
Ruby, you were on television, broadcasted live. Yang made it to the finals and broke a dude's leg. Of course, people are gonna know you. Ooh, Qrow, look at you getting handsy. This was a fun little fight. Good choreography, good, moves seen. Not things we usually see, which is nice, especially for smaller enemies like this. I didn't think they were gonna be a threat, obviously. Highlight was RWBY actually looks like she's going fast now. For too long, her speed thing, when she becomes a red blob and floats around, it wouldn't look fast. It wasn't going fast enough. But now, not only is the animation faster, but they're adding speed lines, and there's a sound effect in the back that sounds like an airplane, taking off near a jet. These are all things that will help give the illusion of something being faster, and I like that. Her semblance of speed. Let's give her speed, please. Oh, she's adorable, and I love her so much, and she's back, and I'm so happy, and I'm so filled with conflicting emotions. So yes, Penny is back. I got that on my bingo board. Cross that one off if you're playing along. She's back. So quick. I didn't expect it to happen in episode 1, maybe in episode 3 kind of thing. Maybe even late in the volume, if anything, but nope, episode 1. She's back. Better than ever, remembers everything, and that feels a little too easy, doesn't it? Maybe it's just I don't trust this. It feels too perfect. Wow, and everything was fine. It doesn't I feel like something's going to happen with Penny and or her father. I'm expecting maybe a villainous twist or something. I don't know. It just feels a little too easy having her come back this soon. I love it, and it's gonna be hard for me to be unbiased about any scene she's in because I love her so much. But yeah, I have suspicions, but we'll see. We'll have to see where that goes. What's the point of Maria's semblance being preflexes if they just get captured anyway? No help. You could have at least called out yo, someone's behind you. Whatever. So I don't know how I feel about these guys. The Aesops, which is a cute name because it's Aesop's Fables. If you don't know what Aesop's Fables are, it is a very large collection of cute little, usually animal-based one-off stories that have a moral at the end. The Lion and the Mouse is a popular one. Look him up. He's really cool. Really, really awesome. It's a cool name. I don't know what they are. I think they're a specialized task force, but I don't know if they're working with Ironwood and the police, or if they're more a rogue, their own separate thing. I think they're with Ironwood, because the Atlantean soldiers are there, the robots, but I think these are going to be pseudo-villains for us this volume. I'll talk about the opening real quick for a second here too. I like the song. Casey's getting better and better. Jeff Williams can't sing for shit, and his caterwauling in the background. I don't even know what he's saying. It just sounds fucking, if you're gonna sing, you know how to sing. Why you gotta screech at me? So I like the song. Casey is good. I hate the visuals. I'm sure it'll grow on me, but pretty bad, right? It feels cartoony. Jellopocalypse just came out with his thing, Epiphet Erased. It looks like that opening. It like an American Nickelodeon-esque cartoon opening. I don't know. It's also really long. Openings don't need to be fucking 5 minutes, guys. Maybe there's a shortened version that they'll play, but I doubt it. They haven't done that since Volume 1. Yeah, nice song. So, okay, this episode, I wasn't necessarily excited for it before it came out. I'm excited for Volume 7, but Episode 1 of each volume tends to be sort of meh. Like, if you saw my quickly reviewing the volumes video I did, that was the previous one I just did, the first episodes are always like 7 out of 10 or 5 out of 10. There is just kind of nothing super impressive happens, just like setup. And setup isn't always that fun. And this one, it was better than I expected. I made a list. The things I was expecting was a fight that looks fun and flashy but has no stakes, some pretty okay character interactions, and some weirdly out-of-place, goofy comedy, which was what that's in every single beginning, like first episode. That you'll find those things. But that's basically what I got. Really the big thing that stood out was Penny came back. Like I said, I didn't expect it to be episode 1 where she comes back. So predictions for the next episodes, I'm basing it off of the trailer, because we need to see Ironwood and we need to get the new outfits. That's the things in the trailer we haven't seen yet. So I'm thinking, oh yeah, and fighting in the dust mines. So whatever we do with the Aesops, I think it'll lead us to Ironwood, and then, like, whatever, we'll go down to the mines with new outfits. What the plot of the volume is, it's hard to say. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be something with Ironwood, and obviously the Schnees, they're in the opening. I think the question is, like, what is it? I don't really know. Is it just gonna be earn my trust or whatever? It's hard to predict right now. Maybe they show us the spear at the very end of the opening, which looked nice, by the way. So maybe more maiden stuff, maybe vault things. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. I'm excited for it though. So pretty good episode, fun, flashy, entertaining. Penny came back. Penny is already like a 10 out of 10. So not much else to say. I bet in hindsight it'll be like, whoa, all these things. I didn't, like, there's that one, like, white-haired person. You see the posters of them all over, and they're in the opening, too. I think their name is Hill. Like, I think somewhere, like, on a news screen it says Hill, but I could be wrong. I could be completely wrong about that. I think they're gonna be a pretty big factor. I don't know if it's gonna be a good guy or a bad guy factor. I also don't know what gender they are. It's a little hard to tell based on what we see. It's just a face, and anime especially tend to have, in the way RWBY stylizes themselves, faces don't really have gender. it could be a little hard to tell based on face alone. Like, we get a shot of the Aesops later, and I also don't know how many of them are boys or girls. So it's just a lot of characters that I'm excited to see, and I'm excited to see Watts and Tyrion. Obviously, are going to be here. They're in the opening as well. I don't know. It's the fact that I don't know makes it exciting, and next week I can't wait. So, if you liked this video, go ahead and like and comment. Tell me what you thought about the episode. Do you have your own bingo board? Did you get anything knocked off of yours? I want to hear it all. And support me on Patreon. If you're a patron and you have a bingo board and you do get a bingo, you get a special shout out in the Volume 7 review. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.